Hello again, and welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. Today we're doing more video game music. This week, if this is your first time tuning in for the week, I am taking it a little easy. I'm doing songs I already know from games I've already played, and just lightening the workload just a little bit so I can kind of get caught up after my trip where I've been gone for a couple of weeks. So, today we are doing one of my absolute all-time favorite games. I might even go so far as to call this my favorite indie game ever. And that game is CrossCode. We're going to listen to the song Autumn's Rise from CrossCode. Deniz Akbulut is the composer. And man, oh man, like this music is awesome. So before I hit play, I just want to say that this game came out in 2018. It was in early access all the way back in 2015. I played this game as far as it was developed back then, and then I would take a break for a while. And then I came back and played it all the way through from the beginning to where it was finished, and then I took a break. And then I would play it all the way through to where it was finished and take it. And I just did that over and over. I played this game many times, and it is awesome. It's totally unique. I hope you'll enjoy the music. Let's get into it right now. Autumn's Rise. So it's got kind of a retro feel. The graphical style of the game is kind of Super Nintendo inspired. And the gameplay is a combination of an action RPG and like an isometric twin stick shooter. It's so good. And this is a very, very early area of the game. It's a forest area. It's got beautiful color changing leaves. It's got hedgehog type enemies that you're fighting and floating seahorse enemies and all this interesting stuff. But man, playing this game in early access, before we get into the next little bit here, because I do want to focus on the music, playing this game in early access, you know, the intro, the kind of setting the stage, the storyline stuff is interesting. Man, this is cool. The gameplay is cool. It's so fun. You know, there's some kind of techno stuff. Technically, this whole game takes place inside of a massively multiplayer online game. So it's not an MMO, but your character in the story, you know, canonically is inside of an MMO. And so all of the characters in the game are NPCs, but it's presented in a way that they are real players, right? And so it's cool. It's really cool and well implemented. But this song, man, when this song came on and I started getting into the first area and really engaging in the combat with some, you know, real enemies and making a little bit of progress, because this is like in the second hour of the game, okay? Oh man, I was so sunk in. My very first playthrough on the early access version, when this is almost all there was, I could not get enough. And just running around and soaking in the environments and stuff. If that's your kind of thing, if you ever have played like an MMO, for example, just to explore, like this is your game. I'm telling you, it's so good. Let's back it up. But it's got a lot of Chrono Trigger inspiration, you know, Secret of Mana inspiration, you know, games like that. I love this kind of like woodwindy, kind of like a forest flute kind of a thing going on. Kind of a breakdown section. You've got these mallet instruments going. That's just delicious sound texture. It's way over here on the right side. This is kind of like a guitar, right? just the love and attention to every detail of this game. It's so unbelievable. Watching the game evolve, unbelievable. It's got references to some of my favorite stuff on the planet in there. It's completely full to the brim with love and attention. If you played Sea of Stars, which was my favorite game that came out last year, even against Baldur's Gate 3, like, this deserves a spot right up there with Sea of Stars. And for all the same reasons. And the kind of bassy, like, marimba sound here, I don't know, there's something just completely intoxicating about it. Oh, if you are going to play this game, get the DLC. It's a post-story epilogue, and it's worth it. Okay, that's it. I wish the song would go on forever. So that's why you play the game, because the song will go on forever, as long as you're in that area. The whole soundtrack is that good. And I mean, I just love it. Nobody that I've convinced to play CrossCode has come back to me and said, wow, that was a waste of my time. Nobody. Because it's wonderful. And anyway, I hope you'll check it out. I hope you enjoyed listening to this song, Autumn's Rise from CrossCode. If you are, I think there's a certain point at which you go, okay, if you like Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, if you like the Kokiri Forest, if you like that whole thing, like that's your vibe, this is for you. It's the deep forest kind of like instrumentation, the mallet instruments, all that stuff. It's just so dang good. So I hope you'll check it out. That would make my heart happy. If you do play the game, tell me about it, because I want to hear your thoughts. All right, and this is another one. Silky smooth animations. Watch some gameplay. I promise you'll want to play the game. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. Buy me a coffee, Paragraph. They're the two different ways to support the channel. They're each different. Check them out on your own time. I really appreciate you doing that. And if you want to hear more amazing video game music, I've got one picked out for you right here. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.